behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Paul Mash TV time again. Thank you again for joining us. We've got another great interview coming up in just a minute. But before we begin, don't forget about that subscribe button and the bell buttons below you there. And if you do that, you'll always be notified of any new episodes coming your way. And we have the comment section at the bottom, so leave a comment there if you'd like. We'd love to hear from you there. And if you pay attention to the description part and the closing credits at the end of the show, we'll have contact info for you. So I hope you'll stay tuned for that. From Stockholm, Sweden today, we have Mathias Oskarsson. He's a very awesome artist. And I think you're going to agree, and we're going to get to that in a second. But first, here's a quick word from the Caden Gordon Show. So don't go away. We'll be right back right after this.
It is Caden from the Caden Gordon Show. Today's best country mix. Check out my show at thecadengordonshow.com.
All right, we're back, and with us from Stockholm, Sweden today, we have Mathias Oskarsson with us. Thanks for joining us, Mathias.
Thank you, Paul. It's my pleasure to be here with you. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. We're glad to have you. Everybody gets their own start, in different ways. Sometimes they start as a kid, and then other times it falls much later. How did you get started in the music business? Why don't you tell everybody that story? We'd love to hear it.
Actually, I have a 2-year older brother. He started playing guitar when we were both teenagers. And my older brother was really my idol back at the time, and he still is. So I wanted to do the same thing as my older brother. He's called Mikael. So I started playing guitar as well. And one thing led to another. We started to write songs, and we found that music was really an interest we both had. And we connected really good through music together. So we started a band later on. And we played both grunge, we played thrash metal, and I played the drums, and I played the bass, and I sang. So we grew up together making music. We were both like, the brothers, Gallagher, Oasis brothers. So when we stood in rehearse our music with the other band members, we started to argue a bit. But then we settled. We never fought or hit each other. So then I moved to Berlin, and has been there for many years. And I continue making music myself. But I miss him as a partner. But now I do all the stuff myself. It can be really great sometimes, but sometimes you miss to have a band member or another person.
Okay, well, that's a great story, and I'm glad you're still doing the music thing now, and I'm sure you'll have many years ahead of you as well. Now, you mentioned Gallagher and Oasis. Those are good, influences. Did you have any others?
Yeah, I have actually remember when I was a kid, I started to write band names in my book in school. So instead of writing Mathias Oskarsson, I wrote like Iron Maiden, Depeche Mode, Kraftwerk, And my teacher told me, you can't do that, Mathias. You have to erase it straight away. Okay. So I grew up with, started to collect Kraftwerk records when I was perhaps 12, 13. So I've gone through many different styles. Iron Maiden, as I said, Pantera. I was more like the more aggressive music in a while. And then, I believe when you grow up, then you learn to appreciate different styles. As a kid, as a young kid, teenager, then this is great, this is bad, this is bad, this is good, this is bad. But when you grow up, you learn to appreciate different styles. So, but an influence, some bands that have been with me for many, many years are Radiohead. I still listen to Radiohead a lot, and I appreciate everything they do. I like the dreamy sound, you know, it's abstract music, melancholic, that appeals to me a lot. And many singer-songwriters, like Rufus Wainwright from Canada, I listen to him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think my inspirations from other bands have really helped me to progress in my own composing, because now I write electronic music, instrumental music, pop music, rock music, and like a folklore Americana music sometimes. So I don't know how the next track will be like. And that's it, it is really my goal, not to keep repeating myself all over again with the same chords, the same melodies. I really want to challenge myself to become a better songwriter.
Well, those are some great bands you mentioned there, and I remember most of those bands, and I can see how you get your influence too. And let me ask you a question here. Do you are
Yeah.
you on streaming media? Are you on social media? Do you have an official website? Tell everybody about that, because I'm sure they would love to get more of your stuff.
Yeah, of course. I'm on Instagram and TikTok, Facebook. I have a YouTube page, but that's not much going on there at the moment. I have done an action plan for 2025 that I will put more content there on the on my YouTube channel. Perhaps behind the scenes, breaking down a track that's interesting to hear for the audience, I believe. The making of a track, just to hear solo tracks and how a track from start to finish, how it started, what was the first idea, and that led to the final results. So I'm not publishing just for the sake of it, you know, a new picture every day. I'll wait until I have something I believe is interesting to see for the followers and for the audience.
Okay, and your music is on all streaming platforms, though, right? Like Apple.
Yeah. Sorry, it's on Spotify and on Tidal and Deezer, Apple Music, SoundCloud, of course. So you can find it almost everywhere.
Okay. Well, look
But
up.
I think Spotify is the largest streaming platform, but not all use Spotify. Not everyone has a Spotify account. So you can find me on all the streaming services, I guess and hope.
Okay. Well, check your favorite streaming sites from Mathias Oskarsson. I'm sure he will love you for that. And
Yeah.
we're getting ready to play this song in a second. It's called "Who Are You." It's not self-explanatory, but tell us a little story about this song. We love to hear.
Yeah, it's a little bit harder to tell the story behind the track because it's an instrumental track. But "Who Are You"? You can really put it in like "Who are you?" That could be to yourself. Who am I? It's yourself asking yourself that question. You know what I mean? Because sometimes we as human do things that we can't explain why. We are surprising ourselves with our actions, and it's really about finding out who am I or who are you. I want to learn. I want to get to learn you more. You know what I mean? On a deeper level. And that track, "Who Are You," is It's my latest track, and it's electronic, and it started with a "Who are you?" phrase. It's like the hook of the track, and I started with just "Who are you?" What can I do? Where can I go from here with that "Who are you?" phrase? It keeps on entering the track on several occasions, and then I started to put the pieces together, and then it became a full puzzle with pieces that I really believe fits well.
Mm. Well, it is a great song, and I know you out there are going to love it. And we're going to get to that in a second. But Mathias, we thank you so much for being on the show today. We'd love for you to come back again sometime if you got anything new to plug for us by that time.
I would like to be back here again, Paul. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, no problem, Mathias. And here it is, Mathias Oskarsson with Who Are You? And it begins right now.